Hi everyone, welcome back to my shop. I've recently just knocked out these tables and I'm going to take them down to my booth and put them up for sale today, but I thought I'd make a quick video. Now my wife always tells me I need to find my Barbie head wine stopper, and this is what she's talking about. My sister-in-law makes these. She picks them up extremely cheap, doesn't have much work into them, and she sells them for quite a bit. And she sells them in my booth, so I get to see how many she sells, and she sells a lot of them. So these tables here would be my equivalent to my Barbie head wine stopper. I pick up these bases cheap, I put very little work into them, and I can turn around and sell them very quickly. They hit a price point here in my area that sells, and that's between about $150 and $200. I also sell charcuterie boards in my booth, but what I have found with those is that they sell very well towards the end of the year with your Thanksgiving and Christmas, but they don't do well year-round. These tables sell consistently throughout the year. The legs on this table here came from an industrial sewing machine. I bought a whole bunch of the legs. I had them all sandblasted and powder coated, so my cost in those was probably between about $20 and $30 a table. The wood on this table was repurposed. It was the bleacher seating at a local gymnasium, and I got a few pieces of it that were about 12 feet long, and I just basically made a panel. I did very little work to it. I just cleaned it up, put a radius on the ends, and put a coat of shellac on it. And I just kept the patina on the pieces of wood. I know these will sell very quickly because I've done them in the past. If I didn't have this bleacher wood, I would have just glued up a panel. This table in the middle, I'm not sure what it was. My sister-in-law had this base, and I just liked the way the wheels were on it. You press the little lever down, and it rolls. It had a part that flipped out that was broken, so I just took that off, and I had some scrap pecan, and I just made another panel. It's quite thick, and it looks quite nice. These old sewing machine bases, I'm sure everyone's seen these. I think there's a lot of them out there. People always have the bases sitting around, and they always think they're going to make a table, but they sit in their garage, and then finally they just sell them cheaply. That's when I get them. Again, with the bleacher seating, the same wood. I've actually got two of these. This one was covered in green house paint, so this was one of my powder coating ones. I do have a second one that I'll be taking as well, same type of top. It was just a little rusty, so I just pressure washed it and gave it a clear coat with a rattle can. I prefer making the nicer stuff, but as far as the time I have into them for what I get for them and how long it takes for them to sell, I'd be much better building these full-time than the other ones, but I enjoy doing the other ones, and this is my hobby. But sometimes I just like to pay the rent down there. I've certainly made my share of mistakes. I made a beautiful dining room table. It was black walnut, had live edges. It came with 2 benches. I had 1,200 in materials in that. I had a lot of time in it. I tried to sell it for $2,400, and it just sat there. In the end, I sold it for $1,800, but it sat there for a year, and it took up a lot of space. I could turn a lot of these over in that 1 year and make a lot more money. Just because these tables sell for me in my area doesn't mean that they will sell for you in your area. So what you need to do for where you are is to find your own Barbie head wine stopper. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone.